bum 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 bum. Sound some dumb music, and I'll sit here and say woke a lot. I'm not kidding. It's kind of weird because I saw a bunch of these videos the other day, and it's all basically somebody in a little window with a big screenshot of the articles, all that going on. I actually had a guy who's, I love this. I put the article about Gina Carano, and he goes, actually, I get ready for this. She wasn't fired. She was between contracts at the time. And I'm like, that's funny because according to all the plans Disney had, she was going to be the lead star of their new series, Rangers of the New Republic. So, how was she between contracts? And if it all wasn't a simple case of they were trying to get rid of her for saying something dumb on the internet, then why was her action figure suddenly discontinued mid-production? I'm like, dude, I think that's fired. Now, sure, what she said wasn't the most, wasn't the smartest thing on planet Earth. But the point of the matter is, free speech is now for hire. If you don't say something that your corporation, wants you to say, or you say something that could be disliked, you will be fired. And that, like I said, it's not like she was out, promoting violence against anyone. It's not like she said, go jump off a bridge or something. No. And also she took down the post immediately after, so she knew it was wrong. And I'm like, and she was still fired for it. But that's not what I want to talk about. Yeah, May 11th, Doctor Who's coming back. We know that now. It'll be the 10th here or wherever, because it's going to be a simultaneous release across the time zones, like 7 o'clock here Eastern Standard Time. And there's people going off on this like that for Disney Plus, and I'm like, and I'm like, guys, we knew this was going to happen. It does upset me, the fact that people outside the UK who want to watch Doctor Who now have to watch it on Disney Plus. When you used to be able, you could turn into whatever, like, BBC America or wherever it was that where you're at, and watch it, that evening. My favorite one is, there's going to be spoilers left and right, blah, blah. You're all getting it at the same time. Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot about Ireland. I'm sorry, Mark. But, so I'm not looking forward to when the Fallout comes out, because all the episodes are going to hit at the same time. And that there's going to be people sitting there, like I said, are going to get a little too excited. They're going to touch themselves. They're going to get all willy-nilly and watch everything at once. And then they're going to whine and complain when they got to wait for Series 2. Well, yeah, I saw the articles about. Yeah, we're going to talk about that briefly, really quick, because the Susan Twist character, blah blah blah. Because as we've seen, that particular actress has now appeared in a couple different places. God, I wish I had my notes sitting here in front of me, because I was sitting there reading about this the other day. And now it seems that character is going to turn out to possibly be, some type of villain. Or at least that's what they claim. And of course, they're using the name Susan to throw you off. I can tell that right off the bat. They're gonna, there's gonna be people out there smacking their hands, going, "It's gotta be Susan Foreman." Yep, she's playing. Thank you. She's also playing Susan Triad, leader of the Triad Technologies thing. So, and I'm very sorry to hear about your grandmother, Mark. It's been a few years since I lost my grandmother, and like I said, see, that was the strange thing. I never knew either of my grandfathers. They had both died pretty much before I was born, but I've lost both my grandmothers in my lifetime, and like I said, it's still tragic when you lose somebody, especially when they're family. And 84, that's a damn good run. I'll be shocked if I make it that long. Okay. Plus, also on the side, we have Eve Miles and, oh great, now my brain's blinking. I believe it's Kathleen Kennedy, I want to say. Eve Miles and Kathleen, I'm probably screwing it up. Who played Miss Quill? No, wait, Catherine Kelly, isn't it? Who played Miss Quill in Class? I keep saying I want to say Kathleen Kennedy. So I said Catherine Kelly, yeah. Took me a second, but I got there. We're going to be in a series of... And that's going to be an interesting turn out there as well. So lots going on. Lots coming up. We got the new series, of course, coming, May 11th. We got Fallout coming April 12th or somewhere around that neighborhood. We got lots of stuff on the horizon, of course, people are already bitching about. Apparently, Carrie-Anne Moss is going to be in The Acolyte, and we all remember her from, various movie roles, as well as being in... she was in Jessica Jones as the lawyer lady, and she was also, of course, Trinity in The Matrix, among others. If you really want to see her in a whacked out role, watch a movie called Fido. That was really screwed up. Probably one of the more screwed up movies that I've ever seen. And of course, we got that new thing of The Crow coming, and I'm not really going to be a fan of this. Yeah, Fallout London allegedly coming, and like I said, I know they've devoted a lot of time to that DLC. Just from the bits we've seen over the last couple of years, a lot of people are going, "What's taking so long?" Folks, a game that big, or the DLC as big as they're saying it's going to be, it was going to take years to get it right. What's going to be interesting is finding out more about the resource wars and all that hit Europe in that world. In Fallout London. If you don't finish Miracle Day, Mark, no one will blame you. But let me know when you finish, because it was... Alright, I don't want to spoil it for you. It's probably... It pre-spoils itself. It's just... Ugh. You don't have to if you don't want to. Okay? It's that bad. And even start trying to throw all these cameos in there to try to save it and pad it out. And, you have like Nana Visitor, John Delancey, amongst others that pop up. And like I said, I'm not going to tell you how or when. But like I said, it's just... You could just tell that RTD was burning out at this point. I think once you finish, you're going to agree with me. It was a 5-episode script that they tried to pad out to 10, and Attack of the Killer Tomatoes, yeah. And then they made a sequel to that piece of shit. Oh, God. I died laughing because they tried making an American version of Broadchurch, and I can't figure out for the life of me why. They changed the name, they changed all this, and all. I'm like, meanwhile, Keeping Faith, all they did was they made an English version of it, and it was, pretty much the same series. And I'm like, and we won't be watching we won't be watching Blood and Honey 2 because it just frankly sucked. The first one was just plain dumb. Well, now that RTD's had some time to sit back, do other things, I think he's coming back stronger than ever, and he's doing exactly what I knew he was going to do, which is showing fans, guys, you're all calling Chibnall this, that, these, and those, and he was doing the exact same things Moffat and RTD were doing in the first place, all because they didn't want to accept the fact that the Doctor now had no testicles. And that's 90% of it as far as I'm concerned. Now, there were episodes that weren't all that great, but not all of them were terrible. And it's the same thing with RTD's era, Moffat's era, and, Chibnall's era. There were great episodes, and there were ones that were mediocre, and there was ones that were pretty bad. And that just happens. Not everything you put on paper is going to be fantastic. Well, folks, I just looked at the time. Yeah, of course he's saying that now, and it's like, yeah, Sundays was a bad idea to begin with. I don't know what branch of the BBC thought this was a good idea, but moving it to Sunday was not the answer. And Chibnall had no voice in that as far as I know. That's all totally different department. Well, we do know Moffat's been credited, I think, with writing the 2024 Christmas special. And like I said, I've been telling you that for a while now. Moffat was going to be writing a couple things for the RTD2 era. So I'm not surprised. So take care, everybody. I got to run inside. Be kind, be calm, be safe. Enjoy your Monday. We will see you all tomorrow morning. Here right now, it is an amazing 30 degrees Fahrenheit. So it's going to be a cold one today. Have a great day now. Take care, everyone.